Alright, today's the 9th of March of 2017. I decided to do a review on the Coon Grabbers. They're sold by PM Furs, and I usually get them to FnT. I can't locate them in the catalog. They're probably there. This is the 2016-2017 catalog. They're online under Baits and Lures, so you go in there and it's alphabetical and it's just labeled Coon Grabbers, along with like cave and stuff and all that, just in their normal Baits and Lures. So I got these last year doing the first big coon project I ever did, and I got they're like $7 or $7.95 a dozen if I remember right. And I was like, well, like I said before, I want to get as many attractants as I can to make that coon commit to the set. All right. So like I said, I use a trailing scent. I use a commercial lure, and then I use a bait. Usually, like I use cat food. I use eye appeal sometimes with cups or other forms of paint or stuff, and then I like to put these beneath the trigger, because sometimes you get him there and he'll eat right down to the trigger, and then he'll encounter that and go, man, too much work, or it's an obstruction. Well, you take one of these. Actually, use this one. Look at these. You see these little prongs right here? Those protrude around the trigger. All right. Actually, I forgot to grab a trap. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. Got the trap now. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't remember that. I told myself, make sure you have the trap before you start, and then I didn't. So I need one of these cut in half. I cut this way, but so your trigger system sits right about there. All right. So your little stake trigger is right there. These sit literally, as I'm sure you already know, they sit right here. Okay. So he feeds down to the trigger and he feels these little projections or protrusions, and he's like, whoa, what is that? And these, now let me tell you something. These ones are anise, and as you can tell, they're almost like a jello-y consistency, and they're very malleable, right? Very squishy. These, I think, are the shad. Yeah, shad. These are still malleable, but nowhere near this stuff. All right, this, like I said, is like jello. This is like, I don't know, soft rubber kind of thing. I like this because they grab that and it really squishes, and I think, I don't have any statistics to say that the anise ones, which is what these are, catch more coon. No, I don't have the statistics or the data to say that. They both catch coon. I like these, one, because these smell like anise still. I've had these for, like I said, like 6-7 months. This is a brand new one. But the old ones, like I was out checking some sets today that I have for some damage control. I walked by those traps. This thing is, 6-7 months old of just straight being set. And underneath cat food, I can still smell black licorice. These things, I don't really smell anything. And maybe, I don't know, like these are fine. Also, these are freeze proof. You can freeze them. Actually, maybe I'll do that. I'll probably freeze one. I'll throw it in the freezer and see what happens. They are waterproof. Scent's baked right into them. They come in like 7 scents or flavors or whatever. Anise, shad, shellfish, a couple different fruity types. I just went anise, great. Shad, because I was like, I don't know anything else. Next time, I will probably not order these. I will probably order shellfish and anise again. Now, there was also some newer ones out here, like, I can't even pronounce his name. Liesel Roosewet or something. I don't know. I probably said it wrong. He'll probably watch this and be like, hey. But he also has some out that work for circle triggers as well, which, are like this, but have, I think, 2 projections super close, or one big one, so it goes between the circle. And that's great. I don't use the circle triggers, and that's just me. But those are also in FnT's catalog. I think they're DP Annihilator baits or something. Don't think anything else. Yeah, like, they definitely help your catch ratio. They're not really a gimmick. And I used to use marshmallows. I used to, stick them on the trigger or put them behind it. That's fine until they get wet, which happens, especially in an irrigated field. And then they swell up, and then you're left with a moldy, yucky mess. Or you don't catch coon in it often enough, which does happen, and they go hard. And then the coon hits it, and it's like a rock back there. then you got to get the trap wet and try and get that stupid thing out of there. Now, the easiest way to fix that, if you still want to use marshmallows, is use the DP Diablos, which I do, the Diablo DPs. They have a door back here that swings, but that's not relevant to this review. So, I like these because they're pretty cheap. They are definitely reusable. I've lost a few. Skunks, for some reason, are able to get it out while they're in. I don't know. Pretty much every skunk I catch in this. Well, let me rephrase that. Every 3 or 4 skunks I catch using one of these, I have to put a new one in there. But it's $7 a dozen. It can't hurt. It can only help. I mean, I think it's a win-win. Especially, I mean, coon prices aren't high, but if you're doing like I do and you're doing charging by the animal, just to remove them, the best thing you want to do is to get as many. You don't like refusals. You don't want to go, yeah, that bait was kind of gross. You want a good quality bait that is always usable. Always usable. But anyways, I keep getting off topic. So this is the PM or made by PM Furs. I don't think they have a website. I've never looked, but they have them on Dakota Line. $7.95 a dozen plus shipping. Like I said, under the baits and lures tab, and they're just labeled as Coon Grabber. So that is the Coon Grabber, and hope this review is helpful. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you wish, and hopefully we'll have some more reviews coming. One last thing, I will put the link to FnT's, with the Coon Grabbers and FnT in the description. So you just have to go down there and click it. You're right down there. So thank you all. You're good people.